Okay, go.
My Community, presented and created by Michael Kennedy, who is also me. Hingham was originally settled in 1633 by English Puritans who came over from England to seek religious freedom. It was officially established in 1635, and the original name was Bear Cove until when it was established in 1635 it was renamed the town of Hingham, and it was renamed that because most of the people who came from England came from Hingham, England. That's also why it's called New England. It was part of the Massachusetts Bay Colony, which was one of the original 13 colonies. Hingham is not a really diverse town or community. It's made up of 93 to 95% white people, which does not include Hispanics. Hispanics and Latino make up 1 to 2% of the population. Asians make up 2 to 3% of the population. Black or African American people make up less than 1% of the population, and other or 2 or more races make up 1 to 2% of the population. Some of Hingham's culture include that they sailed from Hingham, England, and the July 4th celebration in Hingham is a very big cultural thing in Hingham. That's a major event. Hingham is known for their very educated and well-off community and people and population. The Protestant denominations dominated most of historic Hingham because England was a Catholic nation, so they weren't able to practice their Protestant religion in the Catholic nation. So they came to the new land to practice the Protestant religion. So therefore it dominated most of historic Hingham, and it still does today. It also has a few Catholic churches, but not as many Protestant churches. But overall, it is a very large Christian community. A lot of people in Hingham are Irish, German, and Italian. These can come from previous waves of immigration. A lot of people don't really immigrate to Hingham. The Irish, German, and Italian descent comes from past waves of immigration. Within the past 20 or so years, very well off and successful Asians and Latin Americans have began to come into Hingham to sort of settle down because of its nice, educated, and well off community. Popular gathering places in Hingham and challenges that they face. So popular gathering places in Hingham include the Hingham Center, also known as Downtown Hingham, the Hingham Shipyard, or Derby Street Shops. One issue that they all face is parking problems, like heavy traffic congestion. There is not enough parking, particularly in downtown Hingham and the Derby Street Shops. Hingham Shipyard has some very large parking lots, so it's not as much of a struggle over there, but parking at restaurants can be really complicated because you'd have to if you want to park in the big parking lot, you'd have to walk all the way across the shopping center. It's Hingham charges high-end retailers very high rent prices, and if the rent prices go high enough, it drives the business out of Hingham, which is kind of bad for Hingham because A, they're not getting that business, and B, they're not getting that rent. That's it.